City, they are sitting on the threshold in 29th place with 34 points. Grindos on your screen, and 31, just barely safe by just 2 points.
Yeah, this is so tight. We have so many teams we need to watch because there's so many different ways teams could fall from graces or rise to the occasion. So much could happen. I've got to say, though, this team on your screen, Team Clutchbelk, as scrappy as it's been, I think they're now top 10. You can likely say they've made it at this point. So we'll continue to watch this hot drop because it's been such a fun storyline for us. But I believe this team has done what they needed to do against all odds, frankly. Like, not a great day in the office, but they've made it work at the end of the day by just being as scrappy as humanly possible. They have a will and they have a way, and I think they've done it for the most part. So shout out to that squad. They're at least be moving on to regional finals and maybe can piece it together and have a bit more success then. But here's that squad. Here's another squad right in contention, right inside or outside the top 20. They're right there on the line, and yet again contested off drop, but it's not as hot. Two teams nearby each other, looting up. Dame different, a team that got the call, the flip phone flipped. They opened up the ringer, and World Series of Warzone said, hey, you got to play in 30 minutes. A team dropped, and they said, bet. They still have a lot of work to do on this leaderboard as well. So many fun storylines to talk about.
There really is. And for this squad on your screen, electing to pursue the most wanted contract to get their funds up, and well, that explains why you've got Team Dame different making a push here. But can we isolate here in the stairway? Good use of the trophy system to fend off against any lethals that may come their way. But Team 23, they are just working on what that pinch is going to look like. Zolz already has made it towards the rooftop, looking for angles. And you know, you're not going to be the only one rolling up on a squad that's got a most wanted. And if that's going to be Team Hunticity, you know they like to get aggressive early, and look at that kill feed. It is lighting up. Sorry, Team Dame different.
Yeah, exactly. Gonna say the same thing. Third parties galore. It doesn't even matter if the third party came in. Dame different in trouble. There's a team at the top, the team seeded first at least, making a play. And uh-oh, Desmond, IQ, a raise. We told them to wake up, and here they are taking out the team at the top. OP Mark squad fully eliminated. Shaded Step actually last player left alive. Desmond by himself, aggressively pinging, aggressively calling for it, and they get the trades. Well done. There's the wipe. I'm impressed. They got to do this another 8 more times and they're gonna be there, Tiff. It's certainly possible. If you don't get wiped early, there's just this ease at which getting your loadout, having all the resources, not having to spin those early, being able to go to the gulag later and collect some kills and not be worried. Like, this is a huge start for them, and hopefully that momentum will carry them in to a better map this time around for the last one.
Yeah, and they were in a position where one full squad wipe would put them comfortably above the rest of the bubble teams around that 32nd place. Now, granted, you can just, you're right, do it a few more times, because if you go out now, unfortunately, will not be to your liking. I'd hate to sit there and wait, especially when this is the final game. Sway on your screen, though, exercising a lot of patience here for Casper, Schween, just ahead of them. That was the squad that had already completed that most wanted contract, but they haven't left the stairway because obviously we are terrified of the teams on the outside.
Yeah, Team Hunticity, this team is currently in 12th place right now, 55.6 total points. So just past that metric we assume is going to be the cutoff. It's not necessarily going to be exactly 52, but it'll be very close at the end of this map. And they're about 55, so they need some points here. They would love to get a team wipe here, get a decent map on the board. They don't need anything crazy, just something fairly standard. So they're not going to risk it by taking a low percentage gunfight. They're going to try to catch this team unaware, get a knock, then make a play. Slow and steady wins the race. You're going to see a lot of that kind of standoff 3v3 fights happening. Once you grab the knock, though, no holds barred, make a move. Ave finds one. Vonbot in trouble, but answering back. It's Shero Devo trading out there as Ave gets into the gulag, and it looks like that's actually a full wipe on Team Joe Gang, and only one to boot back the other way. So overall a win for Team Vonbot. And well, they get a chance for a bit of revenge here as Devo's in the gulag, and wow, not close. Devo tries to maybe just prone out and get the long angle, and apparently it pays off.
Sometimes you just got to be patient. Now this squad sitting in 17th place overall, Only 4.4 points keeping them inside the top 20. Joe, you're gonna have to win this. We cannot let our World Series of Warzone to chance with that last chance qualifier. Lethal's going out, trying to connect with Zepp on the opposing side, but we're just looking for angles, and we push it, and Zepp just waits and takes the angle, cleans up. Let's see if Ave has any better luck here with Strixie on the other side.
This could be for the life of the tournament on the line. Both teammates have lost. This is a must-win gulag for Ave. Pushes the equation. Trade out a couple shots back and forth.
Oh no.
Ave finds the angle and wins it. Ave, you're not done yet. That was a close one, Tiff. If Ave loses that gunfight, Joe Gang's team would be wiped in the final lobby. And this team is currently in 17th place. Tiff, if you lose that gulag there, if Ave loses it, they likely don't make regional finals. They still have a chance because of that one singular fight.
Too close for comfort, but now we jump on board with Clutch Belk, the squad that's in 9th place. Now, that should be enough, but Little Mario, you know, it's leaving the contest at construction now at this point. It's getting personal. And Little Mario is like, no, no, no. Enjoy the gulag. If we haven't already sent you there, we're just going to send you out of the lobby. But get picked, terrorize Oreo on your screen. Lowtown, always a point of interest where a lot of our teams that are rotating find themselves dealing with. But Baller, squad number 18, is going to be done and dusted. More eliminations for this squad. And you start to think, where are they on the leaderboard? Are they safe? Are they doing enough to make sure that we can bypass that last chance qualifier?
Tiff, a lot of these early fights, they're about sending a message. You want to contest us on drop? We might see you in another stage of the competition. You might think twice about it if we win 9 times out of 10. We've got to send that message that, hey, construction site, top of city, yeah, that's ours, not yours. No matter what happens in the next stage of the competition, be ready for a lot more of this. It is all about sending a message. We've got a lot more Warzone to be played in the days later in this week. But right now, the final map, second circle closing. Some of these players are staring at relegation down to LCQs. Some of these players staring at maybe their living room as they might be done in World Series of Warzone after a rigorous qualifier series. It's gonna be close, but Ripper is gonna try to get any information he can on Team Tommy. That's Obs going down there. Tommy's squad, quiet on main stage, but on the leaderboard, not quite at all. Seemingly things have worked out for them. Second place overall, leading Team Devo by about a point, 1.2 points to be specific. Second place right behind OP Mark squad. Great to see them putting all of those pieces back together again, because at the beginning of this competition, Tiff, we were a bit worried about that squad. And, well, again, never count Tommy out. Top of the leaderboard and top of the earnings.
They've definitely been finding eliminations throughout their games, despite not making it necessarily into the top 2 for placements in general for maps. But a squad that needs to go the distance is going to be the one on your screen. This is the benchmark. They are in 20th place with 46 points. Now, they just have to hold on to it. And with this lobby going to be the utter chaotic mess that it is, anything can happen. Vonbot Devo push over here. Gabo Tiero here trying to hold angles and just get snuffed out, honestly.
Shiro, Vonbot Devo on a tear. Again, third place, but only down on Team Tommy by about a point. They are having fun with this lobby, apparently. Asking about more competition after the fact, with some scrims maybe to prepare for regional finals. We will certainly see them at 95 points. They drop a 0. They are definitely still top 20. As a reminder, you're looking for top 20 to make regional finals, which will be later this week. You're looking for top 32 to 21st. That's your cutoff to make LCQs. Nobu Spartans, though, going down. This team in 20th might be relegated to LCQs if they go down, but Sammy says, not without a punch. Hunticity answers back in the trades. I believe they still have Gulag, but they are out of this lobby currently. That team, Nobu Spartan squad, Tiff, like you said, 20th place. If they get full wiped early, we know they don't make it. If they don't get full wiped early, we make it to in-game, we know they likely make it. It's that close. It is all comes down to this map.
Yeah, that is tough. You do not want to head to the last chance qualifier if you can prevent it. But for Super Rob, Chronos Christ, Lawlet on your screen, a squad that needs to perform well also. But for Lawlet, they've got a squad just on the opposing side. Let's jump into a listen and see how they're going to handle it.
Vamos a agarrar un pick primero y eso ya una easy kill, ¿no?
No tengo C4, ¿no?
Usa el drone y marquen a dónde están. Y el que vemos más separado le vamos con humo. No podemos estar aguantando tanto. Pégatele por si salen, pégatele a él. Pégatele a él.
Hay uno ahí. Los otros dos están para acá. Ahí, están los tres junticos. ¿En el open?
Ok, arriba de mí no hay nadie entonces.
No, arriba de ti no hay nadie.
Ya me vio.
Trophy todavía ellos ahí, loco. Saliendo en el open. ¿Aquí? Loco, ¿y si no vamos en el carro, loco, ahora? Echa para carro. Vámonos por abajo, diablo, pío. Ven, vámonos por abajo, Esos panas, loco, eso está rotación, está fucked up con esos panas ahí. ¿Cuántos humos le quedan? Tengo 0. 2, 4.
Yo tiré.
Voy a tirar un broken boxer de este lado, dale. Espérame. Dale, avanza. Yo tumbé uno, anyway.
Oh my god, ¿cuántos
Vamos a coger el globo, loco. O no. Para por el globo.
Oh shit. Tira humo. Tenemos que ir a derecha cross.
Ya no tengo más. Vamos a aprovechar. No veo nadie, loco. No veo nadie. Avancen conmigo.
Man, Tiff, I'm annoyed that I'm a dumb American. They are speaking great Spanish and the comms sound fantastic. This team is from the Dominican Republic. They're a really strong team and everything is very, very clean. You can hear a singular IGL, but then those small talk comms are coming in consistently to communicate information. It sounded great. I need to take more Spanish classes.
Better hit up that Duolingo, buddy. Get your streak up, especially when you've got global LAN finals and you're going to have teams represented from all around the world. You know, to be fair, we get to see EMEA later on, but there's some French squads that have been absolutely dominating and will be waiting in regional finals. Can't wait to touch base with them. But for now, 10x E700 Funzy on your screen, still trying to earn their ticket into the regional finals. Top 20 would be a must. And now into the top 31. We're just mere placements away from that 1.2x multiplier.
Yeah, a team that, well, a lot of folks expected more from. You can see Team 36 Time staring down the barrel at Array's IQ Desmond. Both of these teams need sizable amount of points this map to make sure that they can qualify for regional finals. Both teams backs against the wall. Both teams on an island, literally, here on the map and in-game, trying to do everything they can to just play their game, play together. I've just got to assume the comms consistently the last several maps is, we know we can do this. We know we're a good team. We got to play together. We got to have clearer comms. Like, all of those types of communications have happened to make regional finals. And I'm sure there's a lot of fear, anxiety in that, but also confidence. They know they are good players. They just got to put it together. So we'll see if IQ can maybe grab a knock here that could open up a window of opportunity. Frankly, Team Time has a much better position at this point. They're inside cover. They're inside zone. Desmond really doesn't have to worry about anybody else besides the team right in front of them.
Yeah, if only we had some other type of streaks to try and work with. But let's check in with Greendo's Yeboy and Freddy, another squad that was on the cusp, currently in 30th place overall, and only a few points separating them from completely ending their World Series of Warzone journey. And Greendo's on 3 eliminations. Now, you think about it, we've seen them in endgame quite frequently. My only issue is they really weren't putting up a lot of numbers to let that multiplier do the work. And if we're this far south already, you've got a good read on where that zone will be going. Just make sure we clean up and gatekeep some of these squads. Clown trying to get out of the way, but Dez, IQ, Array, they need every elimination they can get. And if we're gonna go for this, let's clean out the south side.
Yeah, the Cobs came in quickly. They were kind of lurking back over here, and then I think it was a raise right around the corner that said, they're moving, and they tried to make a play to get a snipe. Then they saw that they rotated, and so IQ erased Desmond. They're going to take a wide wrap around this other area. It looks like they don't know that every team's fully out of here, or at least they're just biding their time. They saw the team rotate out. They got to assume that that's it. But they're being as careful as they possibly can. They could have picked up some of these third parties. They're going to smoke it out and grab cover because they think there might still be a team there. I thought they spotted them all, but maybe they're just slightly unaware that it was the full team that rotated, and the third is actually deeper, getting wiped. You saw that squad over there on the far right-hand side get wiped as well. So they're just checking other corners. They're being as clear as possible. But Funzy making a massive route play to a PDS in zone, trying to chase down A potentially and get to the buy station, gets it off, and now in a 1v1 grabs that knock as well. Funzy, a monster play for a kill, a PDS, and a double buyback. Very well done.
Huge, but also sheer chaos in the kill feed. Not only that, but Team Lightsfire was that team that was facing all kinds of damage, what you were talking about, and they were in 34th place. IQ, they were running into some issues here, running into Team Hunticity on the opposing side, but we still have that regain that came through. All of them up for now. Des, no shields, were just resulting to jumping into the water and trying to use these loadouts for cover. The smokes will help, but Sway, he's just gonna jump right in. Pursuit is on the way, and E700, they've already elected to land over here and try to play the long haul. People were asking for a water zone, and well, we're getting a good look at a portion of it.
Look, unfortunately, Desmond's out. He's one of those players that made a massive play in the water during LCQs, but can't get it done. Too many teams hunting them, looking down sights. Arrays, IQ, Desmond out. They did make top 15. They got the 1.4x multiplier by making top 20. They had a couple kills. I don't know if it's enough. It's definitely not enough to push them to regional finals. I don't know if it's enough to keep them in contention for LCQs. It might have been. We could see that team make another play in LCQs, and Desmond could make a monster play in LCQs to make regional finals, but not a great day for them. But we move on because there are a lot more teams in contention. We are down to the final 11 teams. This is the lowest amount of players we have ever seen with the 6th circle closing. It's not even close, Tim.
Well, yeah, because I mean, the aggressive nature, these lobbies are going to start getting chewed apart faster, and Greendos is a team that needs to be in this end game. Now, mind you, we are just 2 positions outside of advancing onto the regional finals, and into the top 10, we get that 1.6x multiplier. We still have streaks and 36 team squad. Time, Ripper and Co. looking to hit that rotate around, but Ye-Boy Freddy, they read it like a book, and now we can focus on the end game, grab those eliminations. Is that enough to put us into the top 20? I can only hope so, and 1 position away from that 1.8x.
Yeah, Ripper's team was just barely inside top 20, but they made top 10. They're into that 1.6x multiplier. We're staring down the barrel of the 1.8x. This will be massive for Greendos. They might have done enough, but they're not going to take any chances. T-Nice, another squad right in contention, has just been lurking in the water trying to get top 5. They've got to do this. T-Nix staying alive as a solo to get to top 5, doing everything in his power. This is what you have to do. Ride it out as long as you can. Let these other teams fight each other, because you've got to make the 1.8x to get those kills to count for more. Zepanix going big here. Side, big man. This team's been doing pretty solid all day today and have a chance to do it again. About to make top 5 as well.
Here's the deal, though. There's still a squad in the circle that is almost in a must-win situation. They're in 37th place overall, and I'm talking about the bunny guy. I saw Yakash grab an elimination, but I just don't know if they're going to be able to do enough to get 12 more points. But PDSs are starting to come out. Greendos has not been picked back up. B-Mark's team is across the way, and then you even got still the remnants of E700 10x over there. But you can see Team 29. That's the squad. Keep your eyes on it. They have to stay alive here, and they take down Scythe. They take down Zepanox. Bunny guy gets tossed back, and Yakash needs to stay alive. Now, this is the World Series of Warzone dreams on the back of Yakash.
They've made it to top 5. They have the 1.8 with the C4 from Toff over the wall like a frisbee. blows them up, and we're down to the final 4 teams. We don't know if it's enough to make LCQs. It's gonna be close. Zepadux goes big, swings around, looks for it in a vehicle, slams him in the face. Is that little Mario? No, it's not last stage. It's Scroat coming in. Team 31, Slide, Tough, Patch, all 3 up, and with the vehicle, make this a numbers game. It's not gonna be close. Zone position, player advantage, high ground, they have everything, Tiff, and it's just a matter of moments. Team Tough grabbed the victory in the final map of the day, and it's on the back of an LTV, making the advantage go their direction. What an incredible finish to the final map of the day.
Way to cut it close for this roster, because they were just on the bubble of deciding whether they went to Purgatory Last Chance Qualifier or if they advance on to regional finals. And coming in clutch in game number 6 is what you need to do. And you can see they have that LTV. They're using it for cover here on the open. Well, Scroat decides, I'm getting in the LTV. I'm going to full send it. But it's Slide who also has one to use as well, and maybe picks up an elimination. Yeeboy on the opposing side just trying to bide their time. But it's Big Man who opens things up. Slide bumps back into it, hits Eye Patch, which that's unfortunate because this is crazy. Get Zep. My man's going rogue.
What on earth? Look, I thought it was Team 31 because they had the LTV for cover like you called out. I thought it was Tough that made the move with the LTV, but no, it was a totally different squad doing the same that just goes rogue, splats the rest of the squads, and essentially hands the victory over for Team Tough. This is a ridiculous end to the final game of our lower bracket round 2. I cannot wait. If we get a chance to look back at that victory moment, I cannot wait for the comms, because that was pure, utter chaos at the end. And as per usual with InZone's, Tiff, when there's no cover, when there's nothing else for you to do, if you have a vehicle for cover, it is a gigantic boon. Whether you use it to run over the rest of the competition or just simply hold out in the final moments using that cover, letting